everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to another December daily process video. I have the kids in the living room behind me, so if you can hear the TV or them, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, so they're home. And if you hear any thunder, there's a thunderstorm going on outside, so that's happening. But I really wanted to get moving on this day. It's the 16th of January today, so I'm working on the 21st of December in my album. So I really want to get this finished by the end of January. So this day we were still at my father-in-law's house. So day 20 was us traveling up there. Day 20 ended up being quite large. I had quite a few photos I wanted to fit. So it was these 2 pages, and then I have this little kind of tip-in circle piece, then my wreath piece, and then another double page. So it ended up being quite large. My album is very fat now. I'm just gonna soldier on and worry about that later. So I did end up stitching on some ribbon. I really like that. So I have the stitching on the back. I'm literally just going to stick this photo on the back of that. That's my 2 littles wandering through the bush, and there's a dog up ahead as well. So I really love this shot of them. They're wearing the same color, and the blue really pops on all the kind of drab summer bush colors that we have here in this country. So I'm just going to trim that down a little bit, punch some holes and pop that in. This page is I think it's the last one of these little 2 by 3 by 3 inch pockets that I have. I have this little card in here for some reason. So I think I really like this when, where, what that I was going to journal on. At this point I'm getting really cognizant of the fact that my album's getting really big, so I can't do any more flip ups. It's just they take up a lot of space. So I've got to decide whether I just want to put photos in here or whether I want to eliminate one of these photos. What I think I actually might do, what might be a nice idea, is to turn this into a tag and then just pop the other photo on the back of the tag. So then you can pull it out and look at it if you want. Let's just go ahead and jump into this day. Okay, so I'm just getting started by trimming this photo down a little bit, and then I am going to use the previous day just to make sure I'm not going to cut anything off that's too important. I want to try and get the kids as centered in this photo as I can. So I'm just getting it pretty close to the right size, and then I'm going to adhere it back to the previous day. And I'm just running some adhesive along that machine stitching just to make sure that that doesn't come undone at any point, using lots of tape. So we're working outside of the page protector, so I really want to make sure this is all nice and secure. Sticking that down carefully, and then I will trim off the excess with my big scissors. There we go. So I haven't sped this video up as much as I normally would, just because it's quite a short process. I was going to tack it on to the end of day 20, but that ended up being quite a long video, so I thought I would just finish it off. There we go, that's trimmed off, and then I just need to punch the holes, which I've forgotten to do, so I'll come back and do that. So do end up using this journaling card. I'm just going to turn it into a tag by snipping off the bottom. I want to get rid of those round edges. And then I'm going to use my paper trimmer to snip off one of the corners, just making sure I don't chop off any of that text. And then I'm going to flip it over and hold it over on the other corner and use it as a guide. So that is the best way to get a nice even tag. Nice and quick and easy. So there we go, that's in. And now I'm going to use my photos. I am going to use both of these photos. I'm just trimming this one down a little bit, and I'm going to pop that on the back of that tag. I'm just trying to decide here whether I want to have the tag in the top pocket or the bottom pocket. I do end up going with the bottom. Just make it a little bit easier to pull in and out. And here just deciding where I need to position that. If you have sharp eyes, you might have just spotted my son brought me a Play-Doh toasted sandwich. That's what that was. So I have just punched a hole in the top of my tag, so it is a proper tag. And now I'm adding adhesive all over the back of the photo, which is a bit of a stuff up really, because half of it, yeah, like all that adhesive on the bottom of the photo that I didn't need, but not a big deal. Okay, so now that that is adhered, I really like that pop of red sticking out of the top of my photo. And I'm just going to add one of those glittery hole reinforcers I have been using throughout the album. And that reminds me, I need to go back and punch the holes on this page. So just using the holes on the other side as a guide. There we go. And I will also add hole reinforcers on this side. Just a little bit of tacky glue and then sticking those on. And then I am going to add my number onto the top of the tag. So it was day 21. Just using those puffy stickers from the Rosie Studio Christmas collection from last year. And then I'm going to add my journaling. So I don't actually have the album in front of me, so I can't really remember what I wrote, but I think it says where, when, and what. So I wrote we're at Grandpa's house, and just about how we always have a nice relaxing time when we're up there. It's always a nice opportunity to just sit back and relax. So just wrote that out with my Pigma micron, I'm pretty sure I used. And now I'm going to use some of this cute chevron ribbon. I'm just threading that through, and then I'm using a tiny staple with my tiny attacher to secure that, and just snipping off the ends at a diagonal to make it kind of like a fishtail. I do come in a bit later and trim those shorter too, so pretty much covering up my whole photo there. And I am going to move those numbers down a little bit, just repositioning those a little better. Again, here just trying to decide whether I want to switch my tag and my photo around, but I do end up switching them back to how I had them originally. But you know, it's not set in stone. If I want to move it later, I can, so that's easy enough. Change my mind, move them back. So this is quite a simple page. There's not a whole lot to it, but you know, anyone who's done this project knows that by the end, you are kind of getting ready to be done. So there we go, just snipping those ribbons a little bit shorter. And now I'm coming in with the sticker book from Create Paper Hey Santa, and I will put on this little Very Merry sticker at the bottom. And then I'm thinking about this sparkly tree Brad, but I decide no, I don't like that. So then I bring out the puffy stickers and I stick on a pink tree. Decide I don't like that either, so I pull that up, and then I stick down a snow globe, and I decide I don't like that either, but it won't come up. It's stuck on there, so it's staying there. And it's fine. I can live with it. So that is day 21 finished, nice and quick and easy. This is the last process video for this album, but I do have a flip coming up. I'll have a long and a short version that should be on the channel tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that if you want to see the final pages. But otherwise, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!